Hi everybody, today it's Friday the 12th of February and today it's your arithmetic test. You will need a piece of paper and a pencil because first we're going to work through some of the methods you may need for some of the questions. First we're going to work through two questions for the column method, one for addition and one for subtraction. Okay guys, so the first one we're going to have a look at today is 231 plus 34, and as you can see I've got all my columns lined up nice and clearly and nice and straight, and I've labelled my hundreds, tens and ones columns so I don't get confused, because we all know what I do sometimes. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find the total of our ones column, and we're fantastic now at adding, and we know 1 plus 4 is 5, so it needs to go here in our ones column. Quite handy with this whiteboard because I've got nice clear lines to use. Now I'm looking at my tens column, and I've got 30 plus 30, which we know is 60. So I need to make sure I get my 6 in my tens column and my 0 in my ones column. Like this. And now I'm left with my 200 over here. I'm not adding anything to my 200 because 34 is a 2-digit number. So I'm going to put my 200 here. I'm going to make sure my 2 goes here in my hundreds column and my zeros in my tens and ones, because I haven't got any tens and ones in 200. And here we go. Our final step, as you know really well by now, is to find the total of our ones, tens and hundreds. 5 ones and no ones is 5. 60 plus no tens is 60. And then I've got my 200 left here. So our answer to 231 plus 34 is 265. Well done you, awesome stuff. Our next calculation is a subtraction. We still need the column method, and I've drawn it out like so. 197 take away 145. So first thing we need to do, as always, is check up on that ones column. Can we do 7 take away 5? Yes we can. 7 take away 5 is 2. And I've made sure it's lined up properly. It's in the correct column, so I'm not going to get confused later on. The next thing we need to look at is our tens column, and that's 90 take away 40. It's really important to remember that we're in the tens column, and it's not 9 take away 4, but 90 take away 40. And we can do that on our fingers if you need to. If not, you might be able to do it in your head. 90 take away 40 is 50. And again, nice and tidy. Our 5's in the tens column, and we haven't got anything in our ones column. Now we've got to look at our hundreds column. What is 100 take away 100? That's right, nothing. There's nothing left. You can make it easier for you if you want to and do a 0 and a 0 here because there's nothing in your hundreds, tens and ones. Or you can leave it blank. It's up to you, whatever's easiest. Okay. 2 ones and no ones is 2 ones. 5 tens and no tens is 5 tens, 50. We've got nothing in our hundreds column, so 197 take away 145 is 52. So well done guys, fantastic stuff, awesome. The next method we're going to focus on is the bus stop method for division. With the bus stop method, it's really important to remember that your smaller number goes outside the bus stop and your larger number goes inside the bus stop. With this division 92 divided by 2, we are asking how many groups of 2 are in 92. What we need to draw next is we need to draw out our 90 and our 2 in groups of 2. And here we go here. We've drawn out our 90 in groups of 2 and our 2 in a group of 2. And now we can circle our groups of 2. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. But I've got a problem. I've got 110 here that doesn't fit in my group of 2. So what is it I need to do next? You're right, I need to exchange my 10 for 10 ones. And I'm going to draw them in groups of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can circle my groups of 2. Now I know how many groups of 2 are in 90, 10, 20, 30, 40. And I know how many groups of 2 I've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer to 92 divided by 2 is 46. Awesome stuff. Well done, guys. Our second division that we're going to look at today with the bus stop method is 94 divided by 3. Now you can see I've drawn my bus stop. I've put my 3 on the outside because it's the smaller number, and I've put my 94 inside the bus stop. And 94 divided by 3 is asking us how many groups of 3 are in 94. So the first thing that I need to do is draw out my 90 and my 4 into groups of 3. Okay, let's have a go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fantastic stuff. So I've drawn out my 90 and my 4 into groups of 3. The next thing I need to do is I need to circle my groups of 3. So I've got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. I've got 1 here. Oh, I've got a bit of a problem with this one. R1 cannot be put into a group of 3. What are we going to do with it? First things first, let's write down how many groups of 3 we have in 90. And we've got 10, 20, 30. How many groups of 3 do we have in 4? We've got 1 here, but we've also got this one here, and we would write that we have a remainder of 1. So 94 divided by 3 is 31, remainder 1. If you have a remainder or a number left over, an amount left over that doesn't fit into the group that you're dividing by, it's still really important that you include it in your answer, but you write your little R here for remainder, and then you can write the number you have left that didn't fit into your group. The next method that we're going to have a quick recap of is the grid method for multiplication. The first multiplication we're going to work out the answer to is 24 times by 4. You need to make sure that you've drawn your grid. The important thing to remember when using the grid method is that you need to partition your larger number. So the next thing we're going to do is partition 24 into its tens and ones. So as you can see, I've partitioned 24 into 20 and 4, and we are timesing by 4. Some of you might be really confident in your 4 times table already and might be able to draw on your knowledge of that to help you with this question. Or if you're a bit unsure like me, you can draw to help you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 4 lots of 20. So I've got 1 lot of 20, 2 lots of 20, 3 lots of 20, 4 lots of 20. And 4 lots of 20 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. The next thing I need to do is work out 4 times 4. Now some of you might be able to do this. If, like me, you're a bit rusty on your 4 times table or you're not sure what to do, you can draw it. So I'm going to draw 4 lots of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can count them to find the total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, the grid method can be a little bit tricky because it does take us quite a long time. Because what you may need to do now is you may need to use the column method to work out 80 plus 16 to find your total of 24 times by 4. Some of you may well be confident enough to do 80 plus 16 without the column method. which I'm going to do today. And our answer to 24 times by 4 is 96. So fantastic job if you got that answer. If you didn't, check with the column method and see if maybe you went wrong there. But we're going to have another practice with another one in a minute, so don't panic. The next multiplication that we're going to work out using the grid method is 112 times by 3. And as you can see, I've drawn my grid ready, and the next thing I need to do is partition my 112 into its tens, ones and hundreds. And as you can see here, I've partitioned 112 into 100, 10 and 2. And we are multiplying each of these by 3 to find our total. Some of you may be able to draw on your knowledge of the 3 times table for this one, but I'm still going to model it by drawing. So the first thing we need to do is work out 3 times 100. Now if we're drawing 100, we draw it as a square. So I've got 100, and I'm drawing 3 lots of 100, 1 lot of 100, 2 lots of 100, 3 lots of 100, and we can count our total, 100, 200, 300. Now we need to work out what 3 times 10 is. We can draw that like so. 3 times 10, 1 lot of 10, 2 lots of 10, 3 lots of 10, and we can count our total, 10, 20, 30. And now we need to work out what 3 times 2 is. So I'm going to draw 3 lots of 2, 1 lot of 2, 2 lots of 2, 3 lots of 2, and my answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here I've got my 3 totals. You may well be able to add them all together in your head. If not, you need to use the column method to find the total. But I know that 300 plus 30 plus 6 is 336. And that is our answer to 112 times by 3. Well done, guys. See, it's not as tricky as it looks when you're multiplying with 3-digit numbers. You can do this. The final method that we're going to focus on today is how to find a fraction of an amount. The first question we're going to find the answer to is 1/5 of 35. Now, as you can see on the bar below, our top bar has 35 written inside because that's the amount we're finding 1/5 of. And the bar underneath 35 has been split into 5 equal parts because we're finding 1/5. Now some of you may feel confident to draw on your knowledge of the 5 times table to help you with this one, but I'm going to model how to draw it out if you are working with a fraction that you're not sure how to solve. So I need to draw 35 dots and I'm going to share them between my fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Phew, I did it, finally. So now we need to check how many fifths it is that we are looking for. We're only looking for 1/5, so we're only focusing on 1 out of our 5 squares. And let's see how many dots I have in one of my 5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer to 1/5 of 35 is 7. The next question we're going to find the answer to is, what is 2/6 of 18? Now you can see I've drawn my bar below. On my top bar I have 18 because that's the amount we're finding a fraction of. And underneath the bar that says 18, I have another bar that I've split into 6 equal groups because my denominator is 6. We are looking at sixths. So now I'm going to use the same method as I did before, and I'm going to split my 18 dots between my 6 equal parts, my sixths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I can stop there. Now, previously we were only looking for 1 out of our whole. We're now looking for 2. So instead of just focusing on 1 box, I need to focus on 2 and count how many dots I have in 2 boxes. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our answer to 2/6 of 18 is 6. Here are your arithmetic questions for today, guys. You have 10 of them, so you have 10 minutes in which to answer as many as you can. I'm going to read them out just in case anybody can't see them, and then remember to press start on your timer. Question 1 is asking you for what do you add to 64 to equal 176? Number 2, what is 1/5 of 30? Number 3, what is 211 take away 10? Number 4, what is 34 times by 3? Number 5, what is 9 divided by 10? Number 6, what is 406 add 100? 7, what is 4/5 take away 2/5? 8, what is 497 plus 9? 9, what do you take 6 away from to equal 48? And number 10, what is 4 times 9? Pause the video now, guys. Your answers will be coming up next. And good luck. And here are your answers to today's arithmetic test. Pause the video now and mark the questions that you've done. Well done, guys, for working so hard in maths this term. I'm really, really proud of you, and I know at times it's been a bit tough at home, but you have shone like the shining stars that you are, and the whole of Year 3 are super proud of you. Please let your teacher know how you got on today, and have a lovely, lovely half term. Bye, everyone.